Mass murders, they putting it on the news. Devil lurking, he running up in schools. Babylon forming, better get the foreman. Hide deep in the cave, this our last warning. I can't run now, God need mortars. Been trying to calm down since I got the orders. Name on the dotted line, nobody forged it. I'm on the front line, like David orders. I gave my whole life to his ministry. I'm dying every day till they finish me. Who knows what the wicked wanna do to me? I just pay attention how you using me. I'm a freedom fighter, Christ magnifier. Share seeds every day, watch him multiply it. Devil plant one seed, now we so divided. We don't kill that one seed, now we homicidal. Brother hate his brother from a dark place, but he smile in his face, made it so fake. I used to act slow like I ain't understand. Now I love to show that I understand. I don't need a poker face, show my whole hand. Killing everything fake in my whole land. I'm not the same man that I used to be. Something clicked inside, I see you using me. Write it down, make it plain like a eulogy. I got purpose in my life, you ain't fooling me. I don't trust any man with my whole heart. So I made up my mind to play the right part. No favoritism, this my exorcism. Hang myself on the cross like a crucifixion. Kill our religion and everything in it. Saw the veil rip. Religion finished, religion needs you, God wants you, religion need bread, God is food. I ate his flesh, drunk his blood like a vampire. Now I'm on the greater things like the Messiah. If I keep it real, man, I'm still a liar. Used to worship on the hill, shouting around the fires. Now I cry when I'm alone, cause my soul tired. She been crying every day from my soul ties. A lot of people tied up to their alibis. Can't change a narrative built on lies. Welcome, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. Got my brothers here with me today. But before I bring them in, I definitely want to start by sharing what we're talking about tonight. If you saw the title of this is called How We Became Scammers and Con Artists. Right. And I think as we're talking about this tonight, man, it's going to bring a lot of clarity in some areas that we need clarity in, because it's very detrimental to operate, from a place of not even realizing, like unintentionally being a scammer and a con artist. So tonight we're gonna just set it up with some examples and different things like that. But man, when we get in this topic, I just know like what I done got from it so far, and how helpful this will be just by understanding it. So, with that being said, I will bring my brothers in right now. What's up, my brothers? What's happening, man?
What's going on?
What's up, bro?
Everything good. Everything good, man. We got a new topic tonight. If you don't know, this is our podcast called The Free Man's Journey, and it's a hard journey, boy. Boy, it's hard to be free and stay free and all the time and stuff like that. But I believe tonight what would actually really help is that we slowly go through it. Like we slowly go through this thing, because in order to unlearn anything, bro, it take time. We already know that, dog. So with that being said, I want to talk to y'all brothers real quick, man, in TikTok world and everybody that's on tonight. I want to talk to y'all and just ask a question. What is honest and integral about Wall Street?
Is that a trick question?
It's a real question. Like, what is honest and integral about Wall Street?
Not much. Well, technically, they make their money, quote unquote, legally. So they're making a honest living under the guidelines and moral compasses that sit in this country.
Okay.
But they do not operate honestly. You cannot operate honestly in that field and be successful.
All right. So what is honest and integral about politics?
Same thing, bro.
Yeah. Mhm.
Same thing.
It's
Especially
nothing.
you can't set a standard, but operate in finding a loophole every chance you get.
Right.
You can say this is the rules, but you know what I mean, to progress, you finding every loophole that you can, every way that you can bend the rule to fit your standards and say that that's integral. Like, you're not keeping your word in a sense.
Right. Okay. So in a society where we is filled with like dishonesty, there's no integrity and things like that. What do you think if you grew up in that society you would have a heavy dose of?
Dishonesty.
Yo, let's just start talking like real talk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anybody ever had like a child that be like a sneaky child?
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Y'all know what a sneaky child look like?
Man.
You know what I mean? And like you always gotta watch
Yeah.
them,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
right? So
They're always plotting and planning.
that
You gotta watch them, but they try to do it in your face on the low. Like,
right.
I'm doing it in your face, but you don't see me doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right. So watch this though. Like a sneaky, like if you know a sneaky child and you got a good child, like you know what I'm saying, like personality wise, you know every time you hear a cry,
You know whose fault it was.
you
Yep.
already know who like done started
You
it.
already
You
got
already
your
know.
suspect.
You already know, guys. Your suspect, right? So it's funny, like how much harder you got to be on the sneaky child, or whatever the case may be, right? So we as children, you know, which one of us was the sneaky one? Right. All right. And if you were the sneaky one, who trained you not to be sneaky?
Uh-huh.
Y'all hear the word I use, trained you.
Yep.
Mhm.
You know, because being sneaky is when we say a sneaky child, that doesn't mean a child is bad, right? That means that child need to be trained on how to be shrewd, maybe like a better candidate to be on the right side. Y'all understand what I mean? So if you don't train the child keeps growing up sneaky, more sneaky. You know what I'm saying? It get worse and things like that. Till we got a whole situation where you know stealing and sneaking and all these kind of things. Any of y'all ever snuck out the house?
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
Everybody say yeah.
Of course.
Why you ain't just go to the person in charge and say, hey, I'm gonna go outside for a minute?
'Cause you knew the answer was no.
There's levels to that one, bro.
It's late night.
Yo, listen, man, it's a verse in Deuteronomy that I love, man, and I just love the way God has set it up, bro. Like, watch this in Deuteronomy 21. It says this. This is what it says. If in this verse 18, it says, if someone has a stubborn and rebellious son who does not obey his father and mother and will not listen to them when they discipline him, right? They're trying to train him. His father and mother shall take hold of him, bring him to the elders at the gate of the town. They shall say to the elders, the son of ours is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey us. He's a glutton and a drunkard. Then all the men of his town are to stone him to death. You must purge the evil from among you. All Israel will hear of it and be afraid. After you discipline the child, see what God didn't want is something to spread. But we just all admitted that we live in a society that's built, because our society is built like off the money, the stock market. A lot of people are involved in Wall Street, stock market, day trading, blah, 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 right?
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people, like a lot of believers. Oh, y'all don't believe me?
Absolutely.
A lot of people are involved in it. What would y'all think if I went every single day to a casino?
That you gamble too much. You have a gambling addiction.
What if I went once a year?
It's a tradition that you do.
What if I went 3 times a year?
It's something
You
that
might, you might, you're getting there.
You like to gamble.
You You getting there?
What is attracting me to go to the casino, bro?
Money.
The chance or the high risk of chance of you getting something.
There you go.
A chance of me getting something. But if I'm a believer and I do these things, we ain't even going. Let's not go too fast. Let's not go too fast. Let's slow this thing down a little bit. Just y'all being my brothers. If y'all say, man, you go to the casino, dog. Like, why you even going? Because you can't go in there for free, in a sense, right? And win anything. You got to come up out of your pocket and hope and take a chance to get something. Roll the dice.
Gamble.
So what I'm setting up is I want us to see how bad off we are. Like, we're really bad off. And I know, like, man, this is a hard thing to tackle because it's so against the norm. So the normal is, invest in here, do the stock market. What about a pyramid scheme? What's wrong with that?
You're slowly indoctrinating people that are joining your organization to follow your beliefs.
You definitely finessing everybody.
Yeah, you're taking it. The whole scheme is based on taking advantage of somebody.
Would you say our nation is a pyramid scheme?
Absolutely,
100%.
Oh, you grew up in it, right? Yo, we got to go slow because I know what God gonna end up doing by the time we end this. Because what I want us to understand is that if no one trains you not to be any of these things, how would you even know that you are dishonest and you lack integrity? Because you may say, I'm better than someone else. You might start comparing yourself to someone like, I don't got no felonies. You ever heard somebody say that? I ain't got no felonies. How many, but watch this. How many felon type things have you done in your life?
A couple.
Yo,
a lot.
Yo, y'all getting in. Yo, how many felony type things have you actually done? Even though you can walk around and say, I don't have the felony.
Right.
So are you an actual felon even though you don't have felonies?
Yep.
You are what you eat, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we gonna get somewhere in a minute. So I'm gonna slow down. What are you guys hearing right now? What y'all hearing? I'm gonna slow down a little bit.
We've grown accustomed to and being comfortable with being in a nation that is structured and built around foundationally immorality. And it's so comfortable to us that we found honest ways to navigate through it and to compromise with it.
We found honest ways, right?
Yeah.
They have normalized business practices, what they call business practices, they've normalized, along with a lot of other things that we do in society.
Very true. So we may be, what I like to do, like when God come in and talk to his people, he like to like pull all the layers back and be like, look, you're garbage. You're prostituting yourselves, you're out here doing what the nation's doing, blah, blah, blah. And then he'll bring healing in. I love it because what he do is he likes to keep it so real that he gets your attention. A lot of times what we do, we like to, pretty it up and then end it with a cherry on top. But so when we pretty things up for everybody and put a cherry on top, no one has to reflect or look at themselves really in the mirror and hate that I don't have true integrity, hate that I don't have that I'm immoral, because I'm better than, because I never went to jail, bro. I ain't never went to jail for a felony. I ain't do so I'm better than somebody, even though I did things that deserve a felony. You know how it says use sober judgment?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we lack a lot of times. So what happens is we are the embodiment of scamming and being con artists and things like that. Hey, I'm talking to men right now, right? Let's keep it real. How many pretentious type ways do we have to get the desired woman that we want?
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you brought that up.
Mhm.
Yep.
Right? I mean, right?
That's exactly where I was going with it. I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah, you do a lot of pretending, you know what I'm saying? Flogging.
A lot of cap.
A lot of right, a lot of cap, right? You do a lot of that stuff to get what you want. And I'm saying all this stuff, man, because when I start to open up this word tonight, we're about to see how abnormal we are in the kingdom.
Mm.
Like we, even on a daily basis, like we talk about this a lot. Like when you put on like for this over here, or you put on for over here, you put on here, you put on there. Like, bro, you are a Frankenstein. Like you just a bunch of parts that have been put together, and you look like a something, but is actually weird. All right, so we're gonna get into it. Yeah, y'all got anything right now? Because I'm about to jump into a few things.
Nah, man, we were with you.
Go
All
ahead.
right. So let's read a few things. Proverbs 22:16. Look what it says. Proverbs 22:16 said, one who oppresses the poor to increase his wealth, and one who gives gifts to the rich, both come to poverty. Let that digest. One who gives gifts, one who oppresses the poor to increase his wealth, and one who gives gifts to the rich, both come to poverty. Yeah, yo. So if you have food, clothing, shelter in the kingdom, you're not poor. That's right. We're not poor, right? So in reality, when we don't live a life that's dedicated to not oppressing the poor, and we're not poor, we are in the same. So we're in a season of giving right now, right?
Yep.
Who are people about to give gifts to? Poor people?
Yep.
Huh?
I said, to be honest,
to their loved one.
Right. So are they giving it to people without food, clothing, and shelter?
Nope.
If
Not
it's
like
under the tree, yeah, right. It's under the tree.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, yeah.
They got all them expensive toys that they spent thousands or hundreds of dollars on for them to have for a week or two.
But who are they giving it to?
Their loved ones.
The one that they love.
Their loved ones. Did y'all hear the heart of what I just said with that verse?
They're giving the gifts to the rich.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're giving gifts to someone who already have food, clothing, and shelter. And the poor becomes an afterthought. Like somebody was like, "Oh man, we got leftovers, man. We should take it down to the homeless shelter tomorrow." Blah blah blah. Right? Huh?
Yeah.
So, see, we con man scammer. So my belly full now. So I'm gonna give the leftovers.
Right.
And then how many people actually get up and go do it though? Yo, I'm telling y'all, we going somewhere with this. We really is. We're going somewhere with it because God wants us to. The reason we have to talk about it, God wants us to live in truth. And the only way to live in the truth that God wants us to live in is to understand the foundation that is how your lifestyle is built on. The foundation that is built on. Guess who created the way we do foundations? Anybody know? The way we do foundations to houses. Guess who created it? Anybody know? Or I just tell you. Take a guess. Which society y'all think created foundations?
Oh, probably
the Egyptians.
Nah, not the way we do it.
I say Roman.
There it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say the
right? The
Roman
way we do
addition.
foundations and stuff, right? So I'm just talking about house-wise. So we all say we got to do a foundation like this, but in reality, they pitched tents, they were straight. They pitched tents the way God told them to pitch the tent, and they was okay. Listen to the heart of what I'm saying. If the foundation is built by man, it's not, it's never built on honesty and integrity. So even y'all know we building something right now, right? And the only reason we're building it is because we know God wants us to do it, and we need his guidance and his rules and his ways of doing it. Correct?
That's correct.
Because if it becomes any man's idea, oh man, it's gonna become corrupt. And nope. So now it's about, what do you think, bruh? Not what God says. What do you think about this? What is ungodly counsel? What is wicked counsel? That's a question.
More that comes from man and not by God.
Okay. Anybody else? What is ungodly or wicked counsel?
Counsel that don't consult, that doesn't involve God. You don't consult God. So you don't even have his will, you know what I'm saying, his intentions in mind. When you seek that, in that counsel, you're seeking counsel that goes against his ways and his intentions. That's ungodly, wicked counsel.
So watch this. So if my dad or someone taught me things and it didn't come from a godly, right, perspective, that means even my parents gave me ungodly counsel.
That is correct.
You're reading at the wrong blueprint.
That's right. But there's a verse that says, blessed is the man that does not walk in the counsel of the ungodly. You're blessed if you don't walk in that way. So if our foundation, and we know this, you got full disclosure, right? Your foundation is ungodly. I was raised in a wicked place, right? That's not built on any honesty and integrity. I was told as a child to lie when someone knocked on the door and say this person is not home. I was told to, lie and say, on my taxes. I've been told to lie about a lot of things. And because an adult told me, I just what?
I
just did it.
Went with the flow.
So do you know how many people have grown up and they still lie on their taxes and tell their children not to I'm not home, all this kind of stuff, all these little things, right? So when does it stop? It stops when someone comes to bring the information. I'm gonna ask y'all a question. Do y'all know why people like good information, like online? Like some of the most viral videos are like workout videos, motivation videos, inspirational videos, videos that give me counsel, videos that help me my mental, right? Is that correct? These are does that information change everybody?
100%.
Huh?
No.
Don't change him at all.
Does having that information change anybody?
Nope.
So if
that's a bunch of know-it-all.
But you know what it's doing? The reason it's a viral thing is because people is having a conflict, a fighting. They're fighting inside with all these things that someone is giving information about how to overcome it. But something happens in the process of from the information to the application. Do y'all know? Who want to take a guess of what happens from information to application?
They get puffed up on knowledge, but they don't apply the knowledge that they're actually getting.
Well, I wouldn't say they get puffed up on knowledge, but I know where you're coming from. So that's good. So from information to application, something happens. What's the thing that happens that stop it from being something to apply?
We get to it either gets too hard, they get distracted. they realize the ramification of the discipline and the things that it's going to take to get, you know what I'm saying, to achieve that thing. And
that's right. So it's like
never
looking
gets
at
that
somebody
right.
who was like 350 and they did a 90-day thing and they now they're 200, right? So man, great job. Oh my. I should and watch if you look at the comments, what did you do? Can you help me? Hey, blah blah blah, right? So something happens from information application because now a lot of times the 90 days is the giant. You mean to tell me that I can't do it in 1 day? I got to do it in 90 days. So let me go from here. In the information application process, something happens called the default mode. So how you been forever kicks in hard. So how you been is like, I just watched a great video on this, right? And you took notes. I'm talking about you took notes, great notes. But when I went to apply it, that piece of pie looked good. I watch this. I went to apply it and I still have all the boxed food in my cabinets. I still have all the unhealthy stuff in my fridge. So you know what default mode does? I need to eat. I need to get very few people will throw the fruit away. They need to eat it.
I can't waste. I can't let it go to waste.
I can't let it go to waste.
Let me go eat it real quick.
So there's too many temptations in the house. So as I want to apply it, I'm just using food as an example right now. As I want to apply it, I look in the refrigerator and I still got all this soda. I got all this juice. I got all this, all this unhealthy food in my fridge. So watch this. This is what so when I don't immediately destroy the old information, if I don't immediately destroy the old information, the new information is no room for it. That's why God says destroy completely. Yo, I destroyed this completely because I need to be making room. Y'all know what I'm saying. We getting it now?
That's right.
So we'll trick ourselves. Watch this. Before we scam anybody else, before we become a con man to anybody else or con artist, we scam ourselves and we con ourselves. Before we do it to anybody else, we do it to ourselves.
We become the guinea pigs of our own creation.
Come on, man. Y'all with me, brothers? Yeah, we going now. Let's see some more of this kind of this stuff right here. So in Proverbs 22, I know where I want to go. I want to go to 2 Timothy 3. 2 Timothy 3. It's a pretty known verse. So mark this. We done read it a lot of times, I want to get, huh?
What verse?
Verse 1.
I ain't hear you.
What verse?
Oh, 1. Yeah, 1 through 7 is what I'm gonna do. But mark this, 2 Timothy 3, verse 1. But mark this, there will be terrible times in the last days. People will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, proud, abusive, disobedient to parents, ungrateful, unholy, without love, unforgiving, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, not lovers of the good, treacherous, rash, conceited, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God, having a form of godliness but denying his power, have nothing to do with such people. Watch this, what he say next. He's really talking about men, because men lead. They are the people that operate like this, they are the kind who worm their way into homes and gain control over gullible women who are loaded down with sins and are swayed by all kinds of evil desires, always learning but never able to come to a knowledge of the truth. Y'all just heard it? always learning, you always getting information, but you never can apply it. Because of the first parts we read, y'all. Lovers of self, lovers of money, boastful, proud, arrogant. All these things stop us. We start to con and scam ourselves. We con and scam ourselves and we embody it now. And boy,
like a lot of these celebrities that we watch, a lot of these celebrities, a lot of people that have these idols end up trying to adopt basically what they see these celebrities doing and put it into their lifestyle and become that.
Can I ask a question? Y'all really think about this. Why do people who say they believe in God, why are they infatuated with celebrities?
Mm.
Why? Why are they infatuated? Why do they need to be seen and taking pictures with them? And why is that? Anybody got an answer?
Hey, I
Ain't
don't
shook
know.
off that.
All right, I ain't hear you.
Go ahead, Cooligan.
Go ahead, Cooligan.
Oh, I said I ain't shook off that. Oh, you know, you grow up, you grow up watching celebrities, entertainers, whether that be basketball players, actors, whatever. But you, even though you come to know God, you ain't shook off that part. You ain't came to the part where you've been, those imperfections been, moved out of you.
So you saying like believers, people who say they believe that like are so infatuated with celebrities or whatever, they have a form of godliness.
Yep. But they ain't got, like you just said before, they ain't got rid of that old information.
So if I'm a believer and all my videos is about like celebrities, how yeah, right? If all my videos is about celebrities, that's just like Daniel making videos about Nebuchadnezzar all day.
Yep. You distracted.
Right. It's like, it's weird. It's like what, but it's because of what our society is built off of. So because they didn't have televisions, right? So if I grew up and what I saw was this and I admired this, how do I get rid of that? Even knowing God, I still can't get rid of it because I'm infatuated. I still got to talk about, the hip hop artists when I was growing up. But that cuts in the way. Oh, did you hear about what this celebrity did? Did you hear about, you hear that? Real people, the real people gotta be honest, bro. When I hear something from a believer, I don't even be knowing what's going on. I'm being honest. Like when your head is buried into like what God have you working on, is you don't really be knowing what's going on. I'm being honest. People might think that's weird and crazy that I say that, but I'm just being honest. I don't know new movies. Me personally, I'm speaking of me. I don't know new movies. I don't know about the things that's going on with celebrities and stuff like. I don't know. I'm trying to get us to understand something why we are infatuated with it. Like whatever is going on, it's because of what we have glorified in society. It's garbage because there's no honesty or no integrity in it.
I show you the type of society we live in to say that the person who keeps up with celebrities and what's going on is, and you know what I'm saying? When you say that you don't know what's going on, you're the weird one.
I'm weird.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I'm weird because I don't know what's going on in somebody else's life that's famous.
Right.
Yeah, bro. I'm weird. We're the weird ones. But then you have people over here repping the name that we rep, and they're so infatuated with them. They believe I need to be seen with them. I need to attack them. I need to do a lot of stuff. But I believe Joseph was in prison. Like God, like everyday God, what you got me doing in here? He couldn't focus on what Pharaoh was doing. I'm talking about he was so committed to the Lord that Pharaoh needed a person like him. Yeah, I gotta hear what I'm saying because I'm about to go. We about to really go somewhere. The dude was so committed to the Lord that Pharaoh, he was the only person. Y'all see that? The only, I'm talking about this. Pharaoh got counselors and guidance people around. He's the only person that could answer the dream for Pharaoh because of what he was connected to. So lovers of money. So let's talk about this. Who owns the world?
Rich, filthy rich, the bankers.
All right, yeah. Now, all right, let's go higher above that.
Oh,
Who
I'm
owns
sorry.
this world?
Who was
God
it
does.
given to? I was like, God does, but he gave
That's
it to
right. Yeah,
Satan.
just keep it simple. That's right. Who owns the world?
God does.
God.
God does, right? And God says, and we're gonna read this in a minute. God says, look, hey Israel, I gave y'all this land, and y'all are tenants in it. Y'all are tenants. Listen to what I'm about to say. So God owns the world. The devil is a tenant, a bad tenant, just like we can be bad or good tenants. Is that correct?
100%.
The devil didn't create the world. God owns it. So if he say the wealth of what y'all chase is stored up for who? What'd he say? What did God say? The wealth of the wicked is stored up for who?
Yourself.
Ungodly.
Oh, we got to go read it.
Ungodly.
Real soon.
The who?
Ungodly.
I thought we was gonna be able to answer. My bad. Somebody read. Somebody read. Y'all messed me up. Somebody read Proverbs 13:22. I know, Thomas, you on it.
I'm already.
TikTok
A
got
good
it.
person leaves an inheritance for their children's children, but a sinner's wealth is stored up for the righteous.
The who?
Righteous.
So the sinner's wealth is stored up for who?
The righteous.
Righteous.
So what is the best thing to be in a world of unrighteousness?
Righteous.
And then if you're righteous, guess how long it take to be righteous? Anybody know how long it take?
A split second.
Okay. Anybody else want to throw something out there too? A split second. How long it take to be righteous?
All your life.
All your life. Okay, all your life. How long did it take to be righteous?
I'll say until you make up your mind what side you want to be on, man. That's exactly what it is. You choose if you want to keep that trash or keep all that, hoard all that stuff in your body, or you want to kick it out. Pick one.
I was messing with y'all, but Brother Derek, right? In a split second, right? You can be righteous just like this. And guess what? You could be unrighteous just like, you can be righteous, unrighteous, righteous, unrighteous, righteous, unrighteous. If you live like that, you will become unrighteous, though. Who heard what I just said? If you live like that, you'll become unrighteous. You'll eventually become unrighteous. But if you say, God made me righteous, and now I'm chasing righteousness daily. I'm becoming like him daily. I'm taking off the old man daily. Anybody understanding what I'm saying now? At some point when you're doing that in the process, God says, now you have been entrusted with a little, I can give you more. And because when I give you more, you're going to be able to take care of more. Is y'all understanding what I'm trying to say? But if I'm a lover of money, lover of self, proud, boastful, arrogant, I want the money when? Now.
Right now.
Before I can handle it. I want it now. The Bible says when the righteous rule, the people rejoice. Who heard that? Did y'all know the Bible said it? It said, I'm gonna read it. Proverbs 29:2. Somebody read it. We getting it all because we going somewhere tonight. We're not gonna be con men and artists and con artists and scammers no more. Proverbs 29:2. Go ahead, my bad.
I'm sorry, bro. When the righteous thrive, the people rejoice. When the wicked rule, the people groan.
Do it sound like the world is groaning?
Yep. Sounds like when the president's there, everybody, look what he did.
Yeah.
Look at the gas prices.
Yes.
Look at the eggs.
Come on,
Costs
y'all.
too much.
When the righteous rule, the people rejoice. So if we really build something that the Lord wants us to build, right? And it's God-centered, he's the center. When people come, they wouldn't want to what? Leave. Do you think there's anybody in their right mind that will want to go and live in the White House? Hear what I just said?
No, not in their right mind.
Huh? What you heard it?
Right mind.
Huh? You heard what I said? So nobody in their right mind. Who just heard that? But if you set up an environment where people in their right mind want to come, they'll stay. They'll want to stay there forever. How should we be? Righteous. This is what I'm getting to. Righteous. Let me show y'all something. Leviticus. We're going to go over to Leviticus 25. I'm going to show y'all something real quick. But before we do that, I'm going to read one more. But Derek, you got Leviticus 25. You'll grab it.
Yep.
All right. Before we go there, look at Proverbs 22, 2 and 23. I'm going to read it. It says, do not exploit the poor because they are poor, and do not crush the needy in court. For the Lord will take up their case and will exact life for life. When a man don't have no money, he don't get no justice. When a man don't have money, he don't get justice. That's why a man can't go up against a big corporation. They'll motion and push it and push it and motion and push it until he fall out the race. Y'all understand what I just said? Oh, but when Solomon was king, two women who lived in a tent together could come to him and get justice. Who heard what I just said? Y'all caught it? When Solomon was king, two poor women who lived in a tent could come and get justice.
Come to the king.
They can come to the king and get. Y'all hearing it, huh? This how. This is. I love God ways, y'all. But our world don't. That's we about to go somewhere. All right, so we going over to you there, bro, in Leviticus
25. What verse?
Start with 17. I mean, I think it's 14. Let me go over there. Start with 14. Let me hear 14.
If you sell land to any of your own people or buy land from them, do not take advantage of each other. If you are to buy from your own people on the basis of the number of years since the Jubilee, and they are to sell to you basis on the number of years left for harvesting crops. When the years are many, you are to increase the price. When the years are few, you are to decrease the price, because what is really being sold to you is the number of crops. Do not take advantage of each other, but fear your God. I am the Lord, your
God. Now read the next two verses.
Follow my decrees and be careful to obey my laws, and you will live safely in the land. Then the land will yield its fruit. You will eat your fill and leave there in safety. You may ask what we will eat in the 7th year, and if we do not plant or harvest our crops, I will send you such a blessing in the 6th year that the land will yield enough for 3 years.
So stop right there, bro. This is all come from being righteous. Most of us want the only part that he say, I'll bring rain on your land. I'll bring the blessing. We only want that part. But bro, you just said a bunch that we supposed to be doing. Not taking advantage, when you doing anything, you be fair, you be just, you be righteous when you do anything. Imagine if our land operated like that. Oh
Right.
man, what a world we'll be in.
Mm-hmm.
So when you righteous, just, fair, equitable, and all, you have all these characteristics. God said, now I can send you what, bro?
Now I can send you a blessing.
I can send you the crops. I can send you the blessings. I can send you things because you have been faithful, righteous, and you have followed what I told you.
I'll
Mhm.
sustain you.
Bro, he was sustaining them because he was already given. If you stick with the righteousness part of it, because what it was that he was trying to change their ways. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, he was trying to give them a standard to live by. Like you said, the whole being fair, being all of these things. It wasn't even about the crops because he said, if you stick to these things, then I'll give you this. So that lets you know all this time that you planting and doing all this other stuff ain't. The focus was the character.
Hey, y'all, what's hitting a lick?
Taking something that ain't yours.
How many times you heard somebody say, "Yeah, man, we can hit this lick"?
Yesterday.
Huh? Ain't that? Didn't I say that simple? That's a normal to hear. Man, I got a lick for you. And you know how we say it? We say it like, "Hey, man, I got a lick for you, boy." You heard my voice?
Real cynical.
Huh?
Yeah.
I got a lick for you, boy. Why you don't scream out loud from across the street?
I got a sneaky opportunity for you.
It's for you, not for them.
They might be in a room. That's what.
Oh man!
Before you hit it,
everybody can't know.
What? So when someone come to you like that, they say, "I got a lick for you." They don't scream it out loud. So that must be if you whisper and wink your ear. I mean, wink your eye, your ear. If you whisper and wink your eye, there's some unrighteousness involved. There's some wickedness involved. Winking your ear is like being in the club and you want your homeboy to steal on somebody. It's like that's the signal.
Yep.
We live in a world of unrighteousness. We plot, our plans and schemes are all unrighteous. So if watch this, if I remove myself from the streets, right? But I still have parts of me that's unrighteous, I'm going to think I'm better than the streets. But you still operate from, let's hit a lick. What can we do to move this? What can we do to do that? What can we, you see the thought process? Listen to what I just said. What can we? Who am I excluding when I talk this way?
Everyone.
Who am I? Yeah. I'm excluding the counsel of the godly. I'm excluding the Holy Spirit. Man, I think this is a good idea, man. We could do this. The reason I don't pull the trigger on things that are great ideas, and Bishop know this, boy, we be having some good ideas, huh? We having some great ideas right there.
Yes, sir.
But the reason we can't pull the trigger is that we don't have the okay from God. Because God sees that, okay, if y'all go do that particular thing, it's gonna hurt the process over here. Not us. They say, do what you feel, do what you're passionate about, and you're gonna learn so much from doing it. Y'all just heard what I said. Let's exclude God. Lovers of self. Lovers of money. Let's exclude God and say, man, if we do this, Man, I know, well, I'm telling you, I know. Who said y'all be hearing that? I know, I'm telling you, man, what we could do. Man, you hear that
Live
people?
your best life.
Y'all hear it though.
Sound like the most foolish person.
I know, but that person sounds good to a lot of people that's dishonest and immoral. Because
We'll
man,
even
what?
call 'em good looking out.
Go ahead, Bishop.
We even say good looking out, man. Good looking
Come
out.
on.
Good
Come
looking
on,
out,
man.
We'll tell them, hey, good looking out, bro.
Appreciate that, dog. So, and this is really for men. So if we're operating and leading the charge like this, why are you upset with how a woman operates?
Mm.
Why are you mad at how a woman operates if we're leading the charge operating like this? Everything is built on dishonesty, no integrity, immorality. You can't be mad at a woman. That's why. Okay, let's keep going now. So we're gonna go over to. Hey man, y'all got anything, man? I don't want to exclude. Y'all got anything y'all want to share?
Flowing,
I
bro.
mean, you got it.
All right, we're gonna go to First Thessalonians 4.
Got you.
First Thessalonians 4.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just read verse 1?
I got you.
As for other matters, brothers and sisters, we instruct you how to live in order to please God, as in fact you're living. Now we ask you and urge you in the Lord Jesus to do this more and more.
So stop right there. Look what he said. You have to be. We instructed you what?
We
To
instruct you
please
how to
God.
live in order to please God.
Now let's keep it real. Would we consider ourselves men of God?
Yes.
All right. How often, and let's just keep it G, how often do we instruct people how to live in order to please God? How often?
Not nearly enough.
Think about like your households, you know what I'm saying? Like just start there.
Mm-hmm.
Like how often do you instruct them how to live in order to please them? Now watch this, not right and wrong, because right and wrong is subjective to the parent, right? Because a parent could be mad at you that you didn't tell them they wasn't at home when they knocked on the door. A parent could be mad about that, right?
Yep.
So what I'm saying is, it's not in what I envision. If I can instruct you on how to live to please God, very few people are doing that. The instructions on how to live to please Him. So the instruction on how to live to please God is, first of all, you gotta desire righteousness. What does it say? Seek ye the kingdom first, and His what?
Righteousness.
And His what, bro?
Righteousness.
And then what?
Yeah, you'll be saved.
Okay. And
all of these things will be provided to you.
Everything comes from the seeking Him
righteousness
first and His righteousness. Everything else comes after that. But what if I seek Him today? I feel unrighteous tomorrow. Seek Him again, unrighteous. Not seek Him again, unrighteous. Seek Him again. You see what's going on? There's no consistency in seeking Him, and there's no consistency in being righteous no more.
You become unstable,
right? And then you bring it into a group of people that's really trying to seek Him. Hear what I just said.
You destroyed their foundation.
Oh, I'm going through this. I feel this every day. I understand. I agree. I can relate to that. Blah, blah, blah.
Lukewarm.
But you actually are pouring water on the people that truly want to seek Him.
And it goes off to what you were saying in the beginning. Us saying the word of God, the first thing that we want to do is give them a whole, ice cream cake and then put a cherry on top of it.
I understand. I feel you. You know that understand I feel you is a default. It's a you know those messages when people call that's already in the phone program, and you're like, man, I don't even gotta think about it. I'm gonna just press, oh, I'll call you right back. I just gotta press that. I don't even gotta think about it. So when someone's talking and doing blah blah, it's like I understand, I feel you. Like there's no instruction there. There's no instruction on how to live in order to please God there. Seek ye the kingdom first. So Joseph in prison sought God. Daniel in the lion's den sought God. The 3 Hebrew boys sought God. Moses sought God when the people wanted to kill him. Seeking God first is everything. But if, man, I got a lick for you. I know we can do this if this. If we talk these ways, then there's no more seeking God. And if everybody is in airplane mode, default mode, autopilot mode, default mode, and we just say things, think about how trendy it is when you hear, watch this. What up, cuz? Come on, y'all, give me the default answer. What up, cuz?
What's up with you, my boy?
What's up, my boy? Going through it. Going through it, boy. Yeah, you already know, dog. I'm going through it too, cuz. Bro, what is that?
Nothing. No counsel.
Autopilot. Right, no counsel. Autopilot. So if this is our normal, there's no education in our normal conversations. When did God say, I want you to teach your children and your household my commands in the house, when they wake up, when they lie down, on the road, when you're in the car? Did he say that?
100%.
God said that's what he want, right?
24/7.
We men of God. How often we do it? On the road, in the car, teach them my ways. Everything that they say that's off, teach them my ways, show them my way. Watch this. And you don't do it in a brash way. You want to do it where it's educational and it's fun for them. So I have y'all know about patience, right? That I do with my children, right? Right. So they don't like it when it's done for them to do it. So patience is basically, there's a time for everything, is what I say with my children. So when they have playtime, it's playtime. When it's time to chill, it's time to chill. When it's time to read, it's time to read. When it's time to, so that's educational, right? In the way they understand it. So sometimes they don't like the education. Does that mean I'm not supposed to do it?
No,
not at all.
This is where I'm going with this. So if I see a trait in one of my children that's ungodly, and I ignore the trait, y'all ain't hear what I said. I ignore the trait because they still obey me. Who just heard what I said? If I ignore the trait because they still obey me, should I be happy?
No.
What should I do?
Attack what was wrong.
Attack the trait. Attack the trait.
Because then it just starts to fester.
That's
it
right.
Goes bigger into something else that you don't want it to be in.
Come on.
There you go.
How often have we allowed the trait to just keep, because they did what I said? Take the trash out. Man, you always trying to tell somebody take the trash out, man. Huh? Who heard me?
That's a fact. Don't accept anything.
Get off the game. Man, I don't want to get off no game, man. I want to get off the game, man. You always right. The trait. If the trait is not demolished, destroyed, attacked viciously, oh, you're gonna have a horrible adult.
So I give an example to my wife and my kids a lot. And I say, you have two wolves, right? One lives in the light, another one lives in the dark. I'm asking you this question. Which one lives? Serious question. You have two wolves. You have a wolf that lives in the light and a wolf that lives in the dark. Which one lives?
Both.
No, the one you feed the most. The wolf that lives in the light, of course, is the righteousness. But the wolf that lives in the dark, of course, is the unrighteous. You pick which one you want to choose them. You pick which one you want to feed the most. That's the one that's going to live. that's the one that's gonna be able to fester and show
Okay,
out
I
a little bit
understand where you're
more.
going. Okay,
You know what I'm
all
saying?
right. Yeah, I like that example. I use feed the wolf and starve the sheep, or feed the
Hmm.
sheep and starve the wolf. You know, whatever you feed every day, that's what's gonna like be magnified and be highlighted.
Mhm.
So I know what you're saying. I'm with you, bro, 100%. That's a lot of truth. So in reality now, if the education, we're not teaching people around us how to live to please the Lord, that means I'm okay with whatever trait. Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
I'm okay with whatever trait I'm hearing out of their mouths. I'm okay with whatever trait that I'm you can't be okay with the trait.
You're compromising.
That's right. And you can't play favoritism with the trait.
Say it again.
You can't let me show y'all why. We are creatures that say I'm imperfect, I'm not perfect, I'm not this, it's why lovers of themselves want to look at
Mhm.
themselves and see their deficiencies. 5 years ago I was in that. You know, you can be gently corrective. Who says you attack the trait with anger? Nobody said that. Did I say that?
Mhm.
The way I attack things is me personally, I stimulate thought. I'm gonna give an example. Just say my daughter mistreats my son, right? I may say, wow, you always talking about Jesus and like things like this, but when it comes to actually being like him, you're not being like that with your brother.
Mm.
Who heard what I said? Now she's thinking.
Mhm.
I'm saying that because this has really happened in my house, right? And
Yep.
then guess what? By the end of the day, she come to me be like, I was nice to Judah. I was nice. Why? Why is that? I just said one thing and walked off. But you know what I saw? I saw when I said it, I saw the facade in her face. I knew that she was convicted. So I walked off while she was convicted to wrestle with the spirit.
Mm.
Attacking the trait is not attacking stuff in anger and saying, "Oh, you gotta beat them out." No, you don't beat nothing out of nobody. You can't beat a demon out of someone who's possessed.
Mhm.
You gotta love it out of them. Without love, no one will see God, deliver people, heal people, do anything. Without love, y'all see what without love, it's not coming out.
Mhm.
Without love. Oh, y'all just got it. So we supposed to stimulate thought all the time if we've been teaching and training these people around us. Because if the foundation that the people are used to is dishonest, immoral, no integrity, if that's the foundation that they're used to, and you're not educating and teaching, don't expect an obedient tribe.
Mm.
Don't expect a tribe that is looking to please the Lord. You hear what I just said?
Mhm.
A tribe that's looking to please the Lord. That means everybody, what Joshua say, as for me and my house.
We
We will
serve the
serve the
Lord.
Lord.
But what if you are skewed in that and thinking that I'm serving them, but they don't have the same heart as me?
You're not teaching them right. You're not doing what you're supposed to do to
So
uplift your
that's
household.
right. And guess what? I see it all the time in mine. I see like when they don't want to do worship, this or that. What I could see it. And guess what? I'm gonna stimulate thought so the spirit can wrestle with them. I remember one time I wanted to do worship with them, and I would listen to a slow song, and it wasn't for them. And the Holy Spirit was like, "Do Father Abraham, do I'm in the Lord's army." So I got up and I said, I may never march in the infantry, ride it, right. Guess what they started doing?
Marching with you.
Marching with me, shoot the artillery. I'm talking about now tomorrow, Daddy, can we worship?
Mhm.
Who can, bro? listen, I'm trying to
That's a
be
fact.
helpful. Like, they don't want to hear Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Oh, they don't want to hear that. They need something that can stimulate. And then watch this. After we do that, they're ready to hear Jesus, 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 because now it's a time for patience. This is our job, y'all. This is training. You got to be flexible, though. You can't be like, no, we listening to this, and this is the only thing we listen to. It's like, dog, they hate. You're making them hate the things of God. When all I got to do is get up for 5 minutes and march with them, bounce around and do Father Abraham and, right arm, left arm, right, because they're at an age for that. When they watch this, it's gonna be one day they don't want to do these Father Abrahams and watch. So you got to be flexible enough to know how to teach and educate my children, because the system is Wall Street, politics, organized religion. You trust them to raise your child? Education. You trust that to teach them to seek the kingdom of God first? No, can't trust that. Because guess what I asked at the beginning, everybody? I asked the question. Y'all remember I asked that question? What is honest and integral about the stock market, about Wall Street, about politics, about education, what is honest and integral about it? And if you say nothing and you don't, I'm not talking to us, I'm just throwing it out. I'm talking to everybody. If you're honest and say nothing is honest and integral about it, and you don't educate and teach your tribe how to live and please God, oh man, you are worse than the enemy. At least he teaches his demons how to be one with him. At least he take the time out to be a commander in chief for his little fallen angels. Who can hear that? He got them in order. I know. You have to be firm. Stand firm in the faith. Man, I didn't even know we was an hour and I didn't know we was that deep in, y'all.
I thought it was like 30 minutes or something.
Man, I didn't know we was that deep in, man. We're gonna have to start shutting this down. Brothers, y'all got something y'all want to add before I add the last little bit on it?
Yeah, man. Don't accept anything in a win that you wouldn't in a loss. You know what I'm saying? It's like you were speaking earlier about letting certain things slide, or the example you use, you're telling your child to do something and you let things go because they obeyed.
Yeah.
Like, don't get in the process. We shouldn't allow ourselves to get in the mindset of letting things go in good times that we wouldn't let slide in bad. You know what I mean?
That's good, bro. Can't let it slide, because that trait grow up with them. It becomes a tree inside of them. That seed becomes a tree. And then you're frustrated. You're a frustrated parent. Yo. Yeah, man, it's still open, brothers. Go ahead.
No, it's 100%, because I had to do it with my youngest the other day, because he like to try to wrestle and do extra stuff when it's time to go to bed. Like, bro, you've been sitting here for 2 hours now. You want to do some extra stuff. And it was like I was like, nah, bro, we're going to bed. And then he was just, being feisty. And I said, look, I'm gonna have to tell God. He said, okay. And then he just laid down.
Come on now.
I said, I'm gonna have to go talk to God then, because you ain't acting. Because I told you, honor thy mother and thy father. When I said that to him, he said, okay.
Come on
lay
now.
down, bro.
Come on
I
now.
ain't about to sit there and do all this extra. I'm just gonna give you a couple words and see how you respond.
Yeah.
Like you said, train that into them. Because I was like, I'm ready to go, man. You doing extra.
So true. So true. Yeah, man. Where you
Yeah.
at, Ace?
Um,
No,
Go ahead,
man,
Marcus. My bad.
yeah, yeah.
no, I was about to say, yeah, like everything you said, like it's true. You know, you know, by me homeschooling my kids, I'm able to like disciple them a lot. You know what I'm saying? So since we moved out here, we have to wait until next year so we can start back homeschooling them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now they have to go into a regular school. So the school's like right up the street. So it's like lately I've been overloading them, you know what I'm saying? Like just discipling them even more because I'm like, yo, they about to go back into the system. And I know they smart enough because Messiah be telling my mama like, no, we ain't supposed to be celebrating Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so I know he's smart enough that he may go in there and say something to a teacher and the teacher would change her mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know they there, but it's like the way this world is and these kids is set up, bro. Like, y'all gotta stand out. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't follow nobody. Let people know how you walking. You know what I'm saying? So they can walk with you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's real out here, man. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm kind of scared. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't be there with them because I don't want nobody raising them. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, man, it's real out here, bro.
100%. It's so real because like I was talking to my wife about this. I said when you get the realization of something, the hardest thing next is for it to become a normal for you. You can get we could get this realization right now, but to make it normal in our life, oh man, it's hard. It's the hardest thing ever. It's the hardest thing ever because you're gonna receive at the beginning of anything, you're gonna receive that resistance. You're gonna get it. You gotta stand firm. Go ahead, Ace. Thank you, Bernice.
No, it was perfect because Marcus, actually you said a lot of what I was gonna say, but another thing that I was gonna say is that when I'm teaching my daughter, especially something that's very difficult, it'll be very simple but very difficult. She has a tendency to get overwhelmed, to think too much, and then she starts to cry. And I have her think. So wait a minute, you've done these problems because I do the same thing at homeschool. I said you've done these problems before. I'm like, but now that we're going on to another step, it's just a little bit harder to we have to work a little bit harder, think a little bit harder, but it's the same thing. And you said something that was very apparent to where if they've done something wrong or if it's something that shouldn't be there, you stimulate their mind and say something to have them think on their own and have that spirit wrestle with them.
Oh yeah, got to.
That's something that's very important. Because like I say, something that I've struggled with before was I would be that person to yell at somebody until they try to get it, cram it down the throat, or but then I understood the patience. And even through this whole teaching, I want people to look back and listen to what you were saying. Everything that what you're teaching, you have to make sure that you're teaching yourself as well. Because if you're not disciplined with this, you cannot discipline anybody else. If you have not, I wouldn't say fully, comprehended it, but at least halfway, because that's where the process starts.
Most definitely. Without see the thing is the man need to be listening to God.
100%.
God is like without that aspect of it, boy, it's a wrap. You just out here doing you willy-nilly in it. That's all you doing. Like just being real. So it like when God show you in moments something, boy, you better attack it in that moment. Imagine if Jesus was like, oh yeah, I'll answer that question in 3 days.
Nah. Everybody, nah, Jesus said this.
Let's
So
revisit that in 3 days. Like, nah, dog. Like, no, we have to be those type of men because men, the systems we have, men have set them up and they have been doing a great job getting their message across for a very long time. They have believers in love and infatuated by anybody they can put in their face that can think about what they call, like, they call it like breaking a record in, right? Anybody ever heard that you break a record in? How do they break a record in, bro?
Keep playing it over and over again.
Keep playing it over and over. If the first time you heard it, you thought it was stupid, about 100 times, you loving it.
You'll love it.
Song repeat by the time the third song is done.
Right. So if 365 days a year, I have the news on, stock market, I have the educational system in your face, I have organized religion in your face, I have politics in your face. You can turn to any channel and put it on there. If I look what I'm doing to you. I'm teaching you how to please me.
You built your own classroom.
Yes. Look. You know what's so fun? They can press a button right now, and everything that you've ever invested and put in stocks and everything will be gone.
Mm-hmm.
They could press another button and your house, the value of your house mean nothing. And yesterday, man, I was just up in the green 150,000 on my house. But now they press a button and say, "Oh, we're in a recession. No, your house is garbage." Bro, I'm just y'all getting what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, they manipulate the game so they can win. They always move the goalposts.
You got to always moving it. And guess who always trying to reach the goalposts?
The people.
I know. It's like bread and circuses. Let's give them bread and circuses. They're gonna always be like, yeah, give me more, give me more, give me more sports, give me more, give me more food stamps.
Let's go ahead and create the law, but while we're creating the law, let's also let us learn the loopholes so we don't have to abide by the law.
Right. Let's put loopholes in it that just benefit us, and the ignorant people will never read into it. I saw a good video today. Officer, he didn't know the guy was a law student, and the dude said, "Give me your ID, or you could go to jail." Or whatever. And dude said, "Are you saying I am going to jail, or I could go to jail?" Because you said, if I don't give you my ID, I am going to jail. That means I'm gonna just start my litigation process and sue you. And the officer like, "You're threatening me." "No, I'm not threatening you. I'm telling you what I'm going to do. If it's like the dude knew the loophole, the law student. But what do we do on the street? Or
man, you ain't about to do nothing.
No, we just give him ID. We just give him ID. We just give him ID.
Don't question nothing.
Don't question nothing. Just give him the ID and keep it moving.
Conform.
Because you don't know loopholes. But then watch this. If you know loopholes, you start playing their game. Instead of being an innocent sheep led to the slaughter. We got to be careful with all this mess. Even their loopholes can put you in a hole with the Lord. Because now you're always trying to beat their system. Oh, who heard me?
Bars.
Always. You're always trying to beat their system. And when you're trying to beat their system, you're no longer operating from his system.
You're on the wrong court.
Come on, man. All right, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, we're going to start shutting this thing down. Talk to my bros on the back end. I appreciate you guys tuning in tonight for another Free Man's Journey every Friday night. I hope these are freeing messages that we're coming with every Friday. Free, get free. And a way to just start search and seek the kingdom first and his righteousness, and everything be added. Another thing, the wealth of the wicked is stored up for the righteous. The wealth of the wicked is stored up for the righteous. When the righteous rule, the people rejoice. So think about that. You just got to be willing to give your life for it. And willing to be hated. All right, we out. Peace, grace, and love. Until next time, we're going to see y'all tomorrow, 11 a.m., our Bible study. Peace, grace, and love. Until next time, spending a lot of time with God, little time with self. We out.